Sherlock Holmes, consulting detective.
Strike another pose. Work it, Sherlock. Work it. Get out of my shop.
Me? Dr. John Watson, at your service.
The two of them. When's your next film? Beautiful job. Work it, boy.
The room is true, Mr. Holmes. The room is true.
Tell us.
No, there are no rumours. And I will not be taking any more questions at this time. Thank you.
That's outside.
We walk around the city. People stop and stare at me. They're in awe at my presence because they think I'm magnificent. And everybody wants to meet me because damn, I look so pretty. And you know that I feel fine. That's 'cause they know that I'm forever mine time.
Ah, Mr. Holmes, it's great to see you.
Likewise, Lestrade. What mysteries await us today?
I have an interesting challenge for you today, Mr. Holmes. Don't mind putting this on and follow me inside. All right, Sherlock, I have a challenge for you. I want you to try and solve this murder as quickly as you can. Can you do that?
Absolutely.
Good. I will time you, see how long it takes. Are you ready? Then begin.
Quickly, Watson. My notepad. Stop the clock.
23 seconds. Well done, sir.
Thank you, Inspector. The chess pieces were a dead giveaway. Our victim was murdered by the Russian mafia, nerve agent in OT. I suspect her husband was a former member who ratted to the police.
I don't know how you figured that out, but well done, sir.
It was elementary, my dear Lestrade. Now, perhaps you'd like to tell me what this is all about?
And everybody wants to make me because damn, I look so pretty. And you know that I feel fine. That's 'cause they know that I'm a rebel.
Oh, Mr. Holmes. It's an honor. You inspired me to become my own detective. I've been a fan of yours since I was a young boy.
Is that so?
Absolutely. Your methods, your deductions, they're legendary.
And who are you again, young chap?
Parks. Edward Parks.
I can't say that I've ever heard of you.
Really? I won Strand Magazine's Best Upcoming Young Detective Award.
And Detective Parks is married to a famous film actress, Lucia Parks.
Yes, well, maybe not for much longer, but that's besides the point.
Edward, why don't you show Mr. Holmes what you can do?
Okay.
Victim, Mia Sebastian. Cause of death, nerve agent in T. Culprit, Russian mafia. Motive, revenge on husband.
8 seconds. 3 times faster than the legendary Sherlock Holmes.
Efficient, I'll give you that.
Thanks. This is currently the only prototype, but Inspector Lestrade says that the police commissioner wants every police officer on the force armed with one of these.
And this test was exactly the proof that we needed. almost 3 times faster than the legendary Sherlock Holmes.
You're making me redundant?
Sherlock, we've worked together for many years, but this technology is revolutionary for the police department and much cheaper than your prizes. Imagine every inspector armed with one of these. Crime solved in seconds. I'm sorry, but the future is coming and Detective Parks is here to stay.
I think you'd better come with me, Sherlock. There's something we need to discuss.
I think it's time we look to retiring, Sherlock.
Dear John, have you lost your mind?
Perhaps the world needs a new detective. Detective Parks is clearly fresh and new, and the public love him for it.
Surely not more than us.
Be honest with me, old chap. Have we solved a more iconic case since the Baskerville? You know, I feel as if that were 100 years ago.
But we're the best, John. We solve countless cases together. The world still needs us.
My dear fellow, we're not the same men we used to be. I feel like we'd only be tarnishing our legacy if we stay any longer.
But there's something more to it, isn't there? What aren't you saying?
In truth, I'm quite concerned about you, old boy. I've started holding weight to the rumors about you and...
Nonsense, Watson! I'm the great Sherlock Holmes. Billions of people sing my praise. If you want to retire, be my guest. But I'm not going down without a fight. Yes? My God, what a coincidence. Yes, I'll be there at once. The game is afoot.
By God, it's...
Edward Parks. Oh, the media's going to have a frenzy over this.
Well, this is exactly what we need. This is my opportunity to step back into the limelight.
Where's Watson, Sherlock?
Oh, I forget. Shall we inspect the body?
Yes.
Multiple stab wounds with precision. This was obviously a crime of passion. But... Edward's AI device.
That was the only prototype we had too. Otherwise we could have used it.
Well, we can't have things too easy. This case has to be interesting if I'm going to top Baskerville.
What are your deductions then?
I suggest that somebody has a disdain for Mr. Parks's AI device. Somebody that knows him personally. Lestrade, I must question Mrs. Parks at once. He mentioned a falling out when we first met. There's more to this than meets the eye.
I'll call her in immediately, sir.
Holmes? What are you doing here?
I'm here to solve your husband's murder, Mrs. Parks.
No, I want anyone here but you.
I'm the best of the best, Mrs. Parks. You'd prefer a lesser detective to solve your husband's case?
I would prefer a competent one. Edward has told me all about how jealous you are of his recent success and your health concerns.
Yes, well, come back to me when you've found a detective with more than 300 closed cases under their belt. In the meantime, perhaps we should get started. Mrs. Parks, your occupation is a film actress, is that correct?
Yes.
Do you enjoy your work, Mrs. Parks?
Audiences used to like them, but they're slowly losing interest after something new.
I know how that feels. Any films that I may have heard of?
I play Black Fury in the superhero cinematic universe. There's even talk of me getting my own solo movie one day.
That is a very high-profile job. Did you ever feel a sense of professional rivalry with your husband?
No. I worked my entire life to make it this far, and now on the red carpet, all they ask me about is my husband and his stupid AI.
You wish they were asking you about your Black Fury solo movie, don't you?
But that's not enough of a reason to kill my husband. I love him.
Fame and jealousy are tremendous motivators, Mrs. Parks. If not you, then who killed your husband?
I just told you, Oscar Goldman.
Who is Oscar?
Edward's best friend. They had a falling out 6 months ago. What is wrong with you, detective?
I'm fine. It's your deflections that are the problem, Mrs. Parks.
No, you heard me just fine. Perhaps the rumours are true after all.
Or perhaps you should leave the questioning to the detective, Mrs. Parks.
My, how the great Sherlock Holmes has fallen. You should have quit while you were ahead.
I am the great Sherlock Holmes, and I will solve this case.
Rough day at the office.
I thought you'd retired.
Came to pick up a few of my things, clear out my desk, hand in my resignation.
I could really use you on this one, Watson. Now more than ever.
You deserve to rest, old boy. We've done more than enough for the consulting detective game.
Ah, Sherlock, how did it go in there?
Mrs. Parks was more difficult than expected.
Good news. We've been able to fix Edward's AI device. Maybe we can...
Please, I need this. Give me 24 hours.
You have 8. That's how long this would take.
Done.
Get to it. I've got bosses breathing down my neck too, you know.
$6 billion. I already told you, man. I didn't kill nobody.
Already?
Yeah, you came by this morning to ask some questions, remember?
Let's not play games, Mr. Goldman. I know I'm here to question you for the first time. Let me see. Pale, pudgy, short-sightedness, 5 days without shaving. Clearly you are Edward Parks's computer nerd. You helped program his crime-solving AI, didn't you?
Helped? I did more than just help. He came up with the idea, but I did all of the coding.
And then he cut you out of the money. Took all of the credit, didn't he? Tell me, how much money did Mr. Parks owe you?
$6 billion.
And tell me, where were you last night in between 7 and 9 p.m?
I was at a jazz bar with my friends. They can all attest to it, and I have photos as proof.
But that's not enough of a reason to kill my husband.
$6 billion.
Fame and
My, how
jealousy
the great
are
Sherlock
motivators.
Holmes has
I already told you. I didn't kill nobody.
Curious.
I'm the great Sherlock Holmes. Billions of people sing my praise. If you want to retire, be my guest. But I'm not going down without a fight.
Sherlock.
Who do you think you are? Solving my cases. You're nothing.
Listen, Sherlock. I don't know what to tell you. The detective game is moving on. Your time has passed.
Holmes, I've just come to collect some of my things. Oh, Sherlock, what have you done?
You knew, didn't you? You knew my mind was slipping away.
I'm a doctor, Sherlock. I've seen it all.
Dementia?
I'm afraid so, old boy. I thought if I could get you to retire with me, you could live out the rest of your days in peace. But I never expected you'd...
Let my ego get the better of me? Kill Edward Parks out of jealousy for replacing me?
Yes. What will you do now?
We found the killer, Watson. I'll contact Lestrade at once and let him know I've solved the case.
Nonsense! You're being ridiculous, Sherlock! It's your ego and your pride talking. It's your fatal flaw, and this is precisely what got you into this mess in the first place.
And what would you have me do?
Don't you see? This is your chance to rise above. Retire with me. We can hide the weapon away and no one need ever be the wiser.
You're right, John. I'll call a press conference in the morning and announce my retirement.
Oh, Sherlock.
I've come here today to accept the truth. The truth that I'd previously dismissed as a falsehood. It's time for me to stop basking in the limelight, and a new and modern detective must take my place. Perhaps my brand would not have been so tarnished if I'd been honest to begin with. Yes, the rumors are true. My mind has been riddled with Alzheimer's. For the longest time, I thought that it was strength to dismiss my health concerns. But now I understand that it is true strength to admit your faults. I can no longer bring myself to solve this case and must walk away into retirement. In spite of this, I've been able to uncover the truth of who killed Edward Parks. And it is a truth that is most subversive.